the Sagrada Familia, a masterpiece of architecture. Brought to you by Morali Edutech. The Sagrada Familia, an expiatory temple whose construction began in 1882, has become a symbol of Barcelona, attracting millions of visitors from around the globe. Upon its completion, the Sagrada Familia is set to become the tallest structure in Barcelona and the tallest church globally. The Basílica i Temple Expiatori de la Sagrada Familia, commonly referred to as Sagrada Familia, is a church currently being constructed in the Eixample district of Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain. It holds the distinction of being the largest unfinished Catholic church globally. Sagrada Familia draws its inspiration from José María Bocabella, a bookseller and the founder of the Spiritual Association of Devotees of Saint Joseph. Following a visit to the Vatican in 1872, Bocabella returned from Italy with the vision of constructing a church modeled after the Basilica in Loreto. The apse crypt of the church, which was financed through donations, commenced on March 19, 1882, coinciding with the feast day of Saint Joseph under the supervision of architect Francisco de Paula del Villar. The Sagrada Familia's architectural style is often compared to Spanish Late Gothic, Catalan Modernism, and Art Nouveau. Although it is categorized within the Art Nouveau movement, Nikolaus Pevsner notes that Gaudí, alongside Charles Rennie Mackintosh in Glasgow, Scotland, expanded the Art Nouveau style beyond its typical role as mere surface decoration. Although it was never intended to be a cathedral, the Sagrada Familia was designed from the beginning to be a substantial structure, similar in scale to a cathedral. Similar to Catalan and numerous other Gothic cathedrals across Europe, the Sagrada Familia is relatively short in height when compared to its width. It features a remarkable complexity of elements, including double aisles, an ambulatory that encompasses a chevet with 7 apsidal chapels, a variety of steeples, and 3 distinct portals, each differing significantly in both structure and decoration. Gaudí's initial vision includes a total of 18 spires, which symbolize, in order of height, the 12 apostles, the 4 evangelists, the Virgin Mary, and the tallest spire dedicated to Jesus Christ. As of 2023, 13 spires have been completed, representing 4 apostles on the Nativity facade, 4 apostles on the Passion facade, the 4 evangelists, and the Virgin Mary. The main spire dedicated to Jesus Christ will be topped with a large cross, reaching a total height of 172.5 meters. This height will be lower than that of Montjuic Hill in Barcelona, reflecting Gaudí's belief that his work should not exceed the grandeur of God. The finishing of the Jesus Christ spire will elevate Sagrada Familia to the status of the tallest church in the world, surpassing the current record holder, Ulminster, by 11 meters. Ulminster stands at a height of 161.5 meters at its peak. La Sagrada Familia is remarkable for its absence of 90-degree angles, both internally and externally, and features very few straight lines, reflecting the organic forms prevalent in nature. In 1883, following Villar's resignation, Gaudí assumed the role of chief architect, significantly altering the project's direction with his unique blend of Gothic and curvilinear Art Nouveau styles. He dedicated the rest of his life to this endeavor and is interred in the church's crypt. When he passed away in 1926, the project was still less than 25% finished. His masterpiece, the Sagrada Familia, recognized in 2005 as part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site established in 1984, titled Works of Antoni Gaudí. The construction of the Sagrada Familia advanced at a gradual pace and faced interruptions due to the Spanish Civil War. In July 1936, anarchists affiliated with the FAI set fire to the crypt and gained access to the workshop, resulting in partial destruction of Gaudí's original designs. Construction experienced sporadic advancements in the 1950s, reaching the halfway point in 2010. By 2014, projections indicated that the completion of the building was expected by 2026, coinciding with the centenary of Gaudí's passing. It may interest you to know that the construction of the Passion facade, which is the second facade of the temple, spanned a remarkable 22 years. Work commenced in 1954 and was completed in 1976, with efforts made to align the design as closely as possible with Gaudi's original vision. In October 2015, Chief Architect Jordi Foley reported that the construction of the project was 70% finished and had progressed into the final stage, which involves the erection of 6 large steeples. The goal is to have the steeples and the majority of the church's structure completed by 2026, marking the 100th anniversary of Gaudi's passing. According to estimates from 2017, the decorative features are expected to be finalized by 2030 or 2032. In March 2024, a revised forecast reaffirmed the anticipated completion of the building by 2026. However, the announcement indicated that the work on sculptures, decorative elements, and a contentious proposed stairway leading to the future main entrance is projected to extend until 2034. Art critic Rainer Zerbst remarked that the Sagrada Familia is likely unparalleled in the history of art when it comes to church architecture. Meanwhile, Paul Goldberger referred to it as the most remarkable individual interpretation of Gothic architecture since the Middle Ages. Regarding the notably extended construction timeline, it is reported that Gaudí commented, "My client is not in a hurry." At the time of Gaudi's passing in 1926, the basilica was estimated to be approximately 15 to 25% finished. The vaulting of the central nave was finalized in 2000, and the primary focus of subsequent efforts has been on the construction of the transept vaults and the apse. The primary nave was enclosed and an organ was set up in mid-2010, enabling the incomplete structure to host liturgical services. On November 7, 2010, Pope Benedict XVI consecrated the church in the presence of a congregation of 6,500 individuals. Additionally, around 50,000 people participated in the consecration mass from outside the basilica, where over 100 bishops and 300 priests were present to distribute Holy Communion. The term unique has become quite common in contemporary discourse. However, La Sagrada Familia, the masterpiece of Antoni Gaudí located in Barcelona, stands as an extraordinary architectural wonder that is truly unparalleled. This exceptional structure has drawn comparisons to a range of concepts, from a science fiction dream to a spiritual essence expressed in stone. For more than 100 years, it has fascinated, inspired, and, at times, even unsettled those who visit. La Sagrada Familia functions as an active place of worship while remaining accessible to visitors. A significant portion of the funding for its ongoing construction is derived from the admission fees collected from guests. To plan your visit, it is necessary to purchase tickets for a guided tour of the church through the website sagradafamilia.org. For groups of 30 or more, the church offers a guided tour experience. It is important to reserve a time slot for your visit, which can typically be done starting 2 months in advance. The standard ticket price for La Sagrada Familia, which includes an audio guide via an app, is €26, approximately $27. There is also a premium option available for €36, around $38, which grants access to the building's towers. Please be aware that this option requires navigating long, narrow, spiral staircases and may not be suitable for individuals with mobility challenges. Thanks for viewing this presentation. Please share and subscribe to our channel.